Welcome to the coop. So it happened. I made a video, and because I'm using the camera, I got to see it. And I like it. So I deleted it. And I'm back here again. So whatever this one comes out as, that's what you get. The joys of trying to figure out how to do this stuff. So, we got the chickies. Where'd he go? There you go. Say hey, girls. I also got this stick thing because I thought I was too close. So, on the on the way home, I had, I always think about what I'm going to say when I come in here, and I had something on my mind to kind of share. Somebody was asking me questions about a journey I put myself on, and I was like, yeah, we'll just screw it, we'll just do that. I didn't feel like thinking about it, but when I got here, there was one phrase that just kept popping up, and of course, right before I get on the coop, it seems like whatever it is that's going to be talked about ends up on my mind right before I get in here. And the phrase, you didn't go through it for nothing. That's it. That was the phrase that I kept saying. So I started thinking about it. And, you know, we go through a lot of stuff in life, and we end up dealing with it differently. And we have choices on how we want to accept it or deal with it. Bitter, angry, blame God. Nobody loves me. The victim mentality, and some of it's really, really hard, really, really hard to not play that victim mentality, but we do it. That's what we're doing. Um, or we could choose to try and use it for something good. You see, I believe we're not meant to walk this world alone. Like, we're meant to be there for each other. I also believe that God looks at some people and says, you're strong enough, and I have a plan for you. Now, if God came to you and said, hey, I got a plan for you, you are going to do great things when it comes to drugs and alcohol. And you're going to be there for people. You're going to change lives. If you said that, you'd be like, yeah, that's awesome. Hey, you're going to start a cancer survivor group, and you're going to help people in their worst times and comfort them and guide them on things they should do and things they shouldn't do. When it comes to this situation, you may say, that sounds great. I love it. You're going to get involved with parents who have their kids taken away. You're going to get involved in, people that have everything they ever worked hard for just torn away from them by people they care about. You could go on and on. A lot of the things that I do talk about are firsthand. They're not. I'm not sitting here trying to say things just to draw attention or use other people's hurt to gain things. I had my kids taken. I had everything in my life ripped away from me by people I thought cared about me. I I looked up to a guy that turned out to be a murderer. I was hooked on drugs and alcohol. I blamed everybody else but myself. So I don't say things just because they're facts about life in general. They're a lot of what I say is basically life experience for me, really. So if God said all those things to me, um, and I said that sounds awesome, and then he turned around and he said, "Hey, um, in order for you to really be, you know, a help to somebody, I'm gonna need you throw your life away on drugs and alcohol. I'm going to need you to have your family ripped apart. I'm going to need you to have, you know, all these things happen. That changes. That changes everything. Now I'm going to say, no, thanks. I'm good. But I believe God has a plan for everybody. And God sees the plan in the end game. You know, the end game, we want to say, yeah, I'm all for that. But you got to go through stuff in order to fully understand what what it is that you could do to help. So whatever it is you're going through right now, whatever it is you went through back then, you're not going through it for no reason, and you didn't go through it for no reason. The only way you went through it for no reason is if you do nothing with it. If you keep the victim mentality, if you keep the blame game mentality, if you keep the poor me mentality, then yeah, you went through it and it sucked. But God's got a plan for you. You're not going through it for no reason. I'm telling you that right now. You're not going through whatever it is you're going through right now for no reason. You're going through it because God has a plan for you to be there for other people, to be there for somebody else. We're not meant to walk this world alone. That means we're not just there to be friends with each other. You know, that's nice. Talk to each other, mingle and interact with each other. Yeah, that's one thing. But I believe that that has a bigger meaning to it. That in times of trouble, in times of, you know, just downright people giving up on everything, that we're meant to be there. And we're all designed specific ways. And we all have a plan. God has a plan for every one of us to fulfill. And, you know, I go on my side, drugs and alcohol, I'm getting involved, you know. Going to be donating my liver. You know, I got strongly involved in liver cirrhosis of the liver and trying to help people find matches. Got a website, got things that I paid for um, that I'm still pushing for to get going. Um, and the reason is because I know what it was like to hear, hey, this person has this issue and it doesn't look good. And I remember being scared. I remember so I went through that. I truly believe that I went through that because I could be there for somebody else. And you have free will. Oh, look, Maui's here, and this stupid stick won't let me turn it around. There we go. So I have a choice. I have free will. God gives you free will to do whatever it is that you want to do. And this is the way I explain free will. You remember reading those books when you were younger? And it was, you go into a house and there's door A and door B. If you pick door A, turn to page 39. If you pick door B, turn to page 13. So, yes, I believe God knows what you're going to pick. I do think that a lot of things are written in your book of life, but you still have the choice to decide. So, are you going to pick A? Go to page blah, 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 and just say it happened. It sucked. I hate people. Poor me. Or are you going to pick door B and say, you know what? I didn't go through this for no reason. You didn't go through it for no reason. You're not going through it for no reason. You just have to see it. It's so hard to see too. I mean, I did 17 years, man. 17 years, I never saw it. Last 3 years, 3 years clean and sober. 3 years clean and sober. And these last 3 years, as my mind clears up and I start to go through the things that I've been through in my life, I would hate to believe that I took that much abuse, that I beat myself up that bad, that I destroyed so many relationships, that I lost everything I worked for, that I screwed up kids, screwed up families. I'd hate to believe that was for nothing. I'd hate to believe that that was because I wasn't a good person, that I deserved this. See, I don't think you deserve it. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think that, karma's out to get you and all this other stuff. I think God's got a big plan for you. I think God's got a huge plan for you. And I think when you get through whatever it is you're going through, or you look back at whatever you went through, and you start to think about it, and you come to terms with it, and you realize that you could actually do some good with it, then I think you hit God's plan for your life. Then I think that you have a chance to fulfill what God knew before you went through what you went through. So I just want to encourage you that whatever you went through or whatever you're going through, you didn't go through it for no reason. You're not going through it for no reason. Find the reason you're going through it. Find the hope on the other side. Find the reason to take whatever it is that damaged you and figure out a way to keep it from damaging somebody else. So, it's hot. This stupid stick, this stupid camera, but we're going to get at it. Yeah. Love y'all.